So quickly through our session, just gonna take you through the about Mimi Nani, just for you to get an idea, understanding of, what Mimi Nani organization is all about. Perhaps you have questions or you have been wondering, where they're coming from with these programs of theirs and all that. And then we'll go through the future program itself, looking at the components of it. I know you have gone through it, but maybe, some of the things you might not be quite, familiar yet with them. So going into those components, and then we'll have a discussion and a bit of ice breaking as well as we wind up, just to have everyone kind of interacting and get to know you a bit more as we wanted. So just quickly, why Mimi Nani existed. So it's interesting how problems, like, how do I put it? Like solutions exist from problems, right? And then problems are opportunities in disguise, right? Yeah, so that's how I would put it in a nutshell. So Mimi Nani existed from just as ourselves as young people. We feel like we've been a victim of growing up without that much of exposure, experience, to be or do what you are meant to be. And sometimes we go through the education system and we think, the knowledge and information that you get is sufficient, only to realize that, when you're done with your degree, you go into the street, it's like you've begun from the ground, and there is so much that, there's so much that you need to learn to be grounded in terms of ethics, in terms of how you can adapt to different changes and opportunities and things like that. So it's like, we are always and usually the victims of circumstance in terms of how we are being shaped to be individuals of, the way we are. So Mimi Nani looked at it as a problem, but how can we be a solution in terms of how can we complement the education system, the child upbringing from the family level, community level, and even from the education ground, so that we can contribute to raising a different generation of people who have growth mindsets, who have better characters, ethics, and people who are innovative, who are inquisitive, people who can fully explore, exploit, and create opportunities so that they can fully realize their potential. And so that's how Mimi Nani came in. And we are constantly learning, we are constantly improving, we are constantly innovating. So our solution lies in us offering skill sets. So this is part of it. Whatever this creation of the sessions we're here sitting and sharing with you right now, it's part of our our offering. How can we be innovative to connect with our fellow young people and offer them skills? And it could be, maybe you have the skills, but maybe you lack the experience and maybe the exposure. So we kind of look at how we can combine the three so that you can unleash your potential, you can create job opportunities, and maybe if you already have a job or something, how can you go above and earn something decent, So all that, but also another thing is how you can have, how we can create a pool for young people to share and exchange opportunities, resources, and networks. Because sometimes a barrier to opportunities is just because people don't have connections. It's just people don't have resources. So how can we be a link to make sure that young people have access to all these things? So that's what we are working night and day to create, develop, and deliver. And, we are glad that you have chosen to be a part of this journey. So our vision and mission in a nutshell is we're looking at an African society of passionate people, people who are pursuing knowledge, people who are hungry for knowledge. The fact that you have been here, you came to this session and said, what, I'm going to spend my time, my 1 hour, my 2 hours, getting something different so that I can be a different person. That's you that we are envisioning for. a person who pursues excellence. You want to change the history of Africans being people who deliver below standards, people who are not serious. So that's the narrative that we want to change. You know, we want to see Africans who are free, and not just free of, you know, like, okay, we have achieved political independence, but what's next? So we want people who are free, their minds are free, their will is free, and they can do and pursue their, you know, what they're meant to be. But also how people can work together in terms of unity and love. And that's what we believe in, like when something is done together in it's, you know, unity is strength, and people get to go farther with when they unite and when they apply love in everything that they do. That is, you know, the essence of passion and loving what you do. So this is what we desire for Africans, and you know, we hope to see that happening in many years to come as a result of our work at Mimi Nani. But also we do that by constantly working on our mission, which is catalyzing the growth of African leadership potential to raise a transformed generation of change makers. So we hope that this program, this number of sessions that you engage with, will stir something in you, you know, will catalyze something in you, that you will have the desire to transform. You will have the desire to want to be, you know, a change agent, a person who is active, not someone who is passive, you know, who can help other people and things like that. So this is our essence. And briefly, through our values: integrity, we are who we say we are, passionate, we're strongly driven by what we love to do, humility, we're always teachable regardless of how much we know. And so please, whenever, we'll be always reaching out to you and asking for your thoughts. Whenever you have something that you think is useful for us, we're happy to learn from you. And that's why we don't care your age or your position. We will just listen to you and learn from you and steer such discussions. So the rest of of our core values is service, and we're here to serve you. Creativity, we believe it's not our lack of resources that limit us, but rather our lack of imagination. And then learning, as I said earlier, that we are constantly learners, and it's through these experiences that we get to learn. Am I moving too fast? Just wanting to know.
Yes, you are moving too fast.
Oh, really? Okay, okay. So let me take a break, like 1-2 minutes, and then, is there any question? Anyone who is left behind? Let's use the chat. Let's raise a hand. So I'm very happy to be stopped, and you know, if you have any questions. All right. Should I move on? Okay. It's too quiet. So I assume, I think participants, if you can type, I think you can type, unless you're very new to Zoom, but if you can type, just make me feel that we are together, like in a very live classroom or something like that, like a live session. So if you can type, please feel free to type in, like, I'm okay, or move on, or we are good. Okay, so, all right, I see everyone is, okay, okay. Thank you everyone. I feel now like there are people listening, we are together. Thank you. So let me just quickly go on, and then we'll have some discussion later on, but just feel free to text, use the chat. Okay, so quickly on our programs. So we have, we started in 2016, by the way, with our programs. So we have done quite a number of rollout sessions, programs, and we keep on improving on them. But quickly, we have skills training programs whereby we started with face-to-face. So this is our second cohort for virtual online, whereby the first one was more of piloting. And so this is a very new area for us, but you know, so far so good. It's getting exciting every day. So we're focusing our skills training in 4 different areas that we have chosen to look at, and mindset change and personal development, leadership development, career building and professional development, business leadership and entrepreneurship. And then we have internship programs, but this is more internally, whereby since we started when we're doing outreach programs to schools, having mentorship programs, so they're kind of together. We would recruit students from university when they're in holidays for their 3 months holidays, and they would take part in our teams, and that would be a very professional way that we would handle to have them experience the work, the work life before going to the actual work life. So we have a lot of this. Even now we have a number of our wonderful interns doing an amazing job. And, this is what we want, the exposure and experience part, if you people remember me touching on that. And now we want to kind of scale it and have it in a bigger level on how we can have a lot of young people in universities having these internship opportunities, not just at Nani, but in other organizations as well. And actually not just from in university, but we're looking at how we can start from high school, from O level. So there are mentorship programs. We are matching mentors and mentees. And then we have events and forums, research and development, just getting people's insights and what are the youth issues and how can we, fill in the information gap. Okay, so our target group quickly is, youth are the main people that our primary target, and we're segmenting it further and keep on exploring new areas. So we're targeting youth in schools, primary, secondary, all the way to universities, but also we are exploring out of school youth. We kind of did this a few years back, and it was very effective. And then we want to see how we can do it, maybe in a larger scale, but maybe sometime later once we have things in perspective. And then we're looking at, those who are looking for job opportunities, the working class, and entrepreneurs. And then the secondary target group, because these people are related so much to young people and connected in terms of either opportunities or they're so key to raising the youth and all that. So we are also developing programs to link them and see how we can have, an ecosystem of our programs and the whole organization. So we have programs, they're different. They won't be as intensive as this, but, it's about having consistency and engagement around them. All right, these are just some few pictures of some of our face-to-face that we've been doing over and over sessions. These are university students, some of the sessions that we've had with them. So the team, the Mimi Nani team, okay, this is the A team, we call the A team. So Felicia, as you see me, the director, we have Sebastian, the coordinator, and then we have Baraka Tarime, our HR and communication person. You probably, I think all of you have heard from him. And we have a great team that is behind the scenes that you guys will get to know as well. We have our wonderful interns, as I mentioned. We have technical support, people who are volunteering for Mimi Nani, but they're having their own different, advanced careers, but, they're working so closely with us behind the scenes. And so we acknowledge their presence. We have a team of facilitators, of mentors. So you get to see some of them as we move on, but this is not, the 3 people here that you see is not all that there is. There's so much team, like a big team, strong team support system behind us. Okay, so quickly this is our checklist for, like what you will need for the program, and maybe, just see what maybe, this is just for us that we put out for you to look at. But, familiarizing with Zoom, I see, I don't know if there is anyone who had challenges today. So I think give yourself hands up, a clap or something, but well done for adjusting well to Zoom. I can tell you our last cohort, we had so many issues getting people. We had about 100 participants, and getting them to adapt to Zoom was a bit hectic. So I'm happy that we got it a bit easier. And then we'll be using Google Classroom for most of the communication in terms of assignments, posts, whatever that, announcements, assignments, evaluations, and all those communication, okay? And so please be friendly with it. I'll do a very short, quick tour through Google Classroom, and you will get to see how it looks like for those maybe who don't know their way around it. But I believe Baraka would have probably given you the whole guide, but if not, we'll also communicate that as well. And just let us know in the chat if you had any problems, by the way, getting to Zoom, let us know in the chat. If you have any problems with Google Classroom also, if you've never used it before, let us know in the chat as well. Just tell us your experience briefly. And then program curriculum review. Okay, this, if you've gone through the sessions, I'll just quickly go through the sessions and modules, but yeah, that's mainly what it is. Then the session flow, I'll also take you through the session flow, how we look at it and how we have designed it for you. And the learning management is just about, how we want your learning experience to be awesome and, all that. So just around that. So quickly, okay, I will get to, okay, let me get to, remind me to get to Google Classroom, because I have to get off to the web and then and back. So please let me get to that when we are done with this. So otherwise, okay, so this is the module, the modules. So this cohort, these are the ones that we are going to cover. But again, I think that was very clear that you don't have to go through them all, at once, like to register for them all. You just see your pace, your flexibility, availability. We would recommend that you do them all, but people have different needs, and so we kind of try to accommodate them and still experience the best out of this. Okay. Okay, so I thought I could just quickly, looking at the time, if I can just quickly give you a bit of, what we have this, in what we had in mind when we, okay, so are we together? Okay, so I trust I'm not leaving anyone behind. All right, okay. I'm just looking at the chat to see, we are good. Okay, thank you. All right. So the modules, you've seen this in the info kit. So when we were, this for module 1 is who am I? This is the foundation of the name Nani, and this for us is like, it's the foundation. It sets the tone for the rest of our programs, and we believe that as a leader, this is a leadership development program, and for us to redefine leadership as it's from the point of view of a person. How can you see yourself as an organization? How do you see yourself? How can you best invest in yourself to be the best self so that you can be a person of influence to others? How can you do that? And so it starts with you. And so that's why this is very important. And I know there is a lot of debate in, when it comes to identity, to this question, because, perhaps there's a lot of ideas. And for us, we're not coming to you with one way of looking at things, but we are prompting you to, we believe that you have special ability. We believe that you have, you are endowed with so much within you. And so many times we go through the school education and so many things, they tell us about other things, or we do exams and learn about other things, but we forget about ourselves. So you are a treasure. You are somebody who has so much. And so this course, this module simply you know, it's not enough, by the way, to cover everything, but at least we attempt you to take pleasure in knowing yourself better. How blessed, how endowed are you, and what, you know, how can you start investing in yourself better? How can you start valuing yourself better? How can you brand yourself better? How can you have that mindset to, you know, to when you fail, when you're down, how do you raise yourself up? How do you, that should be first before you start encouraging another person. So, you know, so we think this is something that everyone would or should go through it, but you know, so that's just in a nutshell. And I hope no matter what you stand, you know, where your point of view is, you might find, or you'll find this to be of value to you. Okay. And then module 2 looks at the vision and goal setting. So this is also very key to us, because after you know yourself, after knowing all those things, it's very important for you to know why you exist. And that's where, you know, you attach purpose to your life. You know, you're not existing to just breathe and, you know, breathe in and breathe out and, you know, whatever. You don't do that. I believe we believe that you exist for a purpose, and you know, you gotta figure it out. And life is not just about you, you know, whether it's you want to have just a family, or you want to do, you know, there is, we are created to multiply, to exist, and you know, and be help to make the world a better place. So so that you know, there's so much, you know, you need to figure out where are you best positioned, you know, where is your core. And so we take participants through this process of first having the attitude. Positivity is very important, because I can tell you to dream big or have, you know, great dreams if you don't really have that positivity, if you're always negative and, you know, all that. So that's the whole process. And decision making, like, you have to be responsible for the decisions, for the goals you want to set for yourself, for the you know, the vision, the mission that you're setting for yourself, and all this. So I this is a very interesting, a very engaging session. And then quickly, communication skills. This is like, you know, this is like a must for survival, for, you know, you breaking through, especially young people, and opportunities. Like, you know, I come across young people, they're done with university, they can't write a proper email, they can't communicate properly, you know, listening effectively, and all those things which we need. It's like how you need water and food, you know, we need to be better at communication skills, and this is something you need to improve every day. So we've picked a few sessions that perhaps would, you know, engage us and be practical and help us, you know, engage. And then module 4, this is where now you take off, you know, how can you be better? How can you be responsible? How can you be accountable for what you said you will do? You've set your purpose, your vision, your goals, you know who you are, you have, you know, some clear understanding of what you want and all that. So how do you really, you know, get to achieve it? So this is what, you know, we are just kind of hammering on some of the things that, you know, will put you to be accountable even more, but also expose you to kind of skills that you need for your academic performance, but also how do you prepare yourself for the world of work, whether you're in school or you're already in career, all these things, like what do you need to do now? Financial discipline, I tell you, this is something, yeah, it's something we need to build on from, I don't know, many years back when we were kids, but again, it's an ongoing, you know, lessons that we need to take on. And peer pressure, how we can be mentally and emotional balanced, and the role of mentorship. So this is kind of combined. It's gonna end with a bang, looking at how we can capture all this. So I believe it will be exciting for us, and I thought it would be important, no matter how we're going to cover it, but at least we have a glimpse of each, so that, you know, it's the balance. A lot of young people, we don't take advantage of the support system, and then we fall into a lot of peer pressure and things like that. So how can we take advantage of the mentorships around us, or maybe pursue them? We're kind of laid back or shy to have strong support systems, and we trust you know, sometimes we either we fail to trust, or if we trust what is not really trustworthy. So all that. I hope you're excited as I am for you with this amazing package that we have put together for you. And okay, I have like, I'm looking at time every now and then so that I can have some time to have you all engaging as well. So quickly on the Mimi Nani Virtual Leadership Development Program features, these are the features that, you know, we don't want you to come and find something, I don't know, we would have recorded, having facilitators doing the records and tell you to go and download or watch. We want it to be live like this, where you can just ask a question, we can laugh about something, you know, we might not see each other as much because of the data bundles and all, but it's still live. You know, you hear my voice, okay, maybe the internet could be shaky, but we want you to have, like, to be in a real classroom. And individual and team tasks. So we're gonna have a lot of those, okay? You're gonna have a lot of individual and team tasks in form of assignments, or within the sessions, you might be grouped into. So just be open to those and, you know, see how you can maximize on them. There's gonna be mentorship support. And this is not even part of your program fee. This is just a bonus from Mimi Nani. We're always available, facilitators, the mentors, and the team to mentor you and to be there for you. So just reach out, and we have a process of matching it all, but you don't have to wait for that, okay? So we'll work on that, because we're not also sure of the numbers that would show up, but we always have our mentors ready. So if you're interested and you want to do it right away, let us know. We'll work on that and match you right away, but this is something that is readily available for you. And then networking. So you get, again, a chance to meet different people here and learn from facilitators, from your peers, and from each other. And so this adds to your network that perhaps you did not have it before. Okay, so the session content materials. So we'll be having, before the session, you'll have pre-session materials, just few simplified information. Could be articles or videos for you to watch, something just to trigger and expose you before you go to the topic. So they'll be because we know you have many things as well. So it could be just like 2, 3, maximum 4 links that you just go and read in your own time, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And then you have that exposure. If you have any questions, you keep it, so that when you come for the presentation, you present it or you share, because that's the essence. So the facilitator will share them ahead of time and will share them with you. And then you will be able to go through them and you know, engage, ask questions, you know, like things like that. And then we'll have tasks for teams and individuals, assignment, that's after now, or during. So during the session, the facilitator might give you tasks, and then you will break, I'll show you later. But also after the session, you have some, again, the assignments are just for you to reflect. They're not gonna be like exams. These are just things you like, things you know, things you enjoy. So we want you to reflect, put to action what you have learned. So it's gonna be just like few questions. You spend like maybe 15 minutes just to reflect, and we'll try to have them as fewer as possible, but very real, so that you can directly start to apply them and see the changes in yourself, because the time also is short. But believe me, it's so transformational, as we have been learning from other people. Okay. All right. I hope I am not really leaving you guys behind, and that you are perhaps excited and enjoying as I am. So let's look at the session flow. The session flow is, we're gonna have, it's 90 minutes, which is quite long, but we have broken it in a very, you know, few parts that will make it interesting. So we might not go every minute like this, but like right now, as you have noticed, I am kind of here. I am doing the main session. So I'm trying to really, which is like, I have maybe like 3 minutes to go. So that's why I'm kind of rushing. So the session will start with an intro, and then we go to the main session during the 40 minutes. And then we do the breakout into rooms. So we'll have breakouts within the teams, and then we'll have the team tasks where we we'll be given whatever task that we've given is per groups. So, and then we will come back and then share. So this is a teams, led by teams. This is led by facilitator. And then this will be teams coming back after they have discussed in their groups. Within Zoom, everything is in Zoom. So this is within Zoom. They're being broken into groups, and then they discuss, and then they come back and share. So then we conclude. So depending on the time, maybe some things might take more minutes or a bit less, depending on the task as well, but that is the idea, okay? Just to give you how the session will be like. Okay. All right, so, all right. Okay. So I'm coming to an end, by the way. So important reminders, please be committed to the rules that we set together or anything that we agree on together, and read and follow through everything that is shared. Please, when we share something with you, just try to take some time and read carefully. Don't miss the live sessions. Please engage. So we'll be more engaging more, and ask questions. Don't forget to work on your assignments, seek mentorship, and teamwork is key. So let's work in teams as will be assigned, or feel free to to work with your colleagues and share your feedback. So we'll be sending you quite a number of evaluation forms, and yeah, we'll make sure that we'll try to simplify them as much as possible, because we're meeting 3 times a week. That's quite much. So we'll simplify a lot of things. We will have to review them and kind of making them even simpler, so that you can still be able to juggle through. So I think this could be one of the last things from me. So this is us, Mimi ni Nani. We are responsible for your learning. We're trying our best, definitely, to make it worth your while, and hope that it will make an effect in your life. But I would say that you're responsible for your transformation. Okay, so we have, think of yourself as a seed. Yeah, I would say that, maybe, yeah, as a seed. Yeah. So, okay, I don't know how that relates. So there's a video that we usually show our participants when we're in the face-to-face sessions, about a story of a person who had seeds, and then he went, I think this is a story, yeah, it's a story of Jesus, where he I don't know, those who are familiar, he had seeds, and then he planted them into different kind of places. There was a good soil, there was a rocky place, there's a place with thorns. So there are those seeds that died. They tried to grow, but they were eaten by birds. And then there were those that grew in a good fertile soil. So what I'm saying is, you're all great people, okay? We believe that you're all great people, and that you are created, to be amazing people. And this information is the same, it's gonna go out to you. We're gonna deliver it the same way, but you're responsible for how you take it forward, how you receive it, how you engage, how you let it work in you, and that is how the transformation happens. And so we have always had different levels of impact across our individuals. It's the same program, but it happens across. So I want to tell you that give it your best shot. So this is an example of the story of a butterfly, and this is the transformation that a butterfly goes through. And we can all have this, or someone can end here, or can end here, or another one will fly. So I would love for all of you to fly. And so I challenge you to be responsible for your learning. Okay. Wow, that was really, really yay. And we're right in time. So if there are any questions, wow, I will be happy to, maybe we can spend like a few minutes before we break out. I think we can give each other like 3 minutes or even 5 for questions. I'm just gonna share you a simple, this one is a simple assignment just from this introductory session, okay? Would want to capture your expectations, you know, about this, which I think Kevin's was already ahead of us and already asking some of you. So it would be nice to see how you have set them up or whether you had them. And maybe by the end of this journey, we might go back and see, reflect if you were able to meet them somehow. And also, we'll share with you some self-assessment exercise just to kind of understand, you know, where you are right now in terms of yourself, your knowledge about yourself, and maybe the knowledge of the things that we're going to cover. So we'll be sharing all these in the Google Classroom platform. Otherwise, the next session, for those who would be interested to go straight with Module 1 and have already enrolled to Module 1, we'll be happy. So we're starting on Wednesday. So our sessions will be Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And we'll really, this is just today that we've spent a bit of been lagging here and there, but yeah, we'll keep time and maximize on it. So let's be on time. Well done for everyone today who made it on time. And so yeah, we'll see each other on Wednesday, same time, and we'll share the invitation. I'll be communicating accordingly through WhatsApp as well as Google Classroom and then Zoom. So if you have any questions, please, you know, we are out of time, but maybe just 1 minute if there's any question. Otherwise, thank you so much. I hope you have an idea. You're excited as I am for this journey. And I want to tell you that you have made the best decision. And I hope you maximize of all that, you know, is going to be shared in this. So thank you so much. And yeah, let me hear from you just in 1 minute or two, and then we will just wind up. I'm done from my